Bringing you guys another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking basically about my top 5 favorite gods. Now, someone asked me this question yesterday. It wasn't any of you guys, and it wasn't really for a YouTube reason. They just asked, what's your top 5 favorite gods? And I decided I'm not going to tell them there. Said to go check out my YouTube channel, because it'll be on there tomorrow. Now, I don't want to get straight into this. I just wanted to let you guys know that I love every single god in Smite, and I'm also going to be going over my top 5 least favorite gods in this game as well, or in this video as well. There'll be hints towards them. But, most of them are assassins, I'm gonna give you that. 3 of them are assassins, the other 2 are not. The other 2 are tanky, but not both in the same place. Alright, so anyway, coming in at our number 5 spot, we have Loki, the trickster god of assignment. Basically, Loki basically taught me how to play Smite. And he was just overall a fun god to play. Watching my vids over again just shows me how much I've changed. Especially with Loki and Loki builds. I went from only using one set build for Loki, and it was somebody else's build. And then I changed to using an attack speed crit build, which I thought was funny, and I can show you that build right here. I never really got rid of it, it's just right here. It's not really attack speed crit, and I don't ever use this build here. But it's not attack speed, it's only Ninja Tabi for attack speed. But, basically, and then I went to start using a build that depends on what they're playing. No, normally it starts Trance, then Boots, then the Hydras, then Jotuns. Now you might get rid of that for, like, Breastplate. Jotuns might get rid of for Breastplate. And things like that, and then just watching my videos over and my playstyle changed from when I started using Kukulkan, which was my very first god, going into Loki, and going out of Loki, and things like that. I just changed, and when I went back to Loki, everything was so much different. It was just hilarious to watch me change so much and all these things. Anyway, coming into our number 4 spot is a warrior. Wonder if you guys can guess. It's definitely Osiris right now. I'm kidding. It's Tyr, the lawgiver. Now, Tyr, he basically got me into the solo scheme, and he fit my playstyle so
Let's get to work.
I like to be a bully, I'd like to push people out of lane. He basically fit my playstyle. Back then I was really careless, and he's a pretty tanky god, so I could be careless all I wanted. And, I really liked his kit. I liked how he had 4 abilities, or 5 abilities, I'm sorry. Like, he basically had 5 abilities, a 3 that gave some passives, and an ult, and ult that did pretty good damage. And his passive I really liked, because I couldn't really get stunned for that long, so I could just keep going on with my business. But basically, Tyr got me into the solo scheme, and now I actually really like solo a lot, and well, it's a lot of fun. Okay, now coming into our number 3 spot is a pretty dull god, to be honest. It's just like, I don't really like him for any particular reason. He's just an overall fun god to play. It's Guardian. Wonder if you can tell who he is. Show you through all the Guardians. Yes, you were correct if you guessed Ymir. Ymir damage was my favorite kind of Ymir, but I did play tank Ymir a lot. But Ymir's just my favorite god overall, because he's just such a fun god to play. Like, he has good damage, even if you build him tank. He has a lot of CC. You get to stop people's backs. You can be a troll. You have an ult that hits very hard. Ymir overall was just a fun god for me to play. I started out playing him. He was one of my 3 gods that I started with, which were Kukulkan, Loki, and Ymir. Which Ymir basically took over until I said, you know what, I'm gonna try out Loki again, and then he majorly took over. Now, coming in at our number 2 spot was very controversial to me. Okay, now I had a lot of picks for this. And actually, to be honest, what I planned on picking was going to be Anubis or Kukulkan here. But then I thought about it, and it actually turns out that I liked Thanatos a lot more than them. and that's my number 2 spot, basically. But my number 2 spot is Thanatos, and it's because he's just a very fun god to play. Just like the same as all my other gods, he's just really fun. But the reason this guy is so much fun is because he's so different. His passive makes him different. His kit is just so much different. He has such a high sustain, so you can play really carelessly with him. Not really, but he's somewhat hard. Not the hardest, but he's definitely not the easiest. But he's just played so much differently, and he's such a different god. And many things like that. I love his lore. I love the builds you can build on him. He's so versatile. Versatile? That's it. You can build this build, attack speed crit, you can build all power, you can build all lifesteal, and he'll work almost any way you build him. Which I think is just absolutely amazing. Now, that's Thanatos. That's my number 2 spot. Now, I do have a few honorable mentions for my number 1 spot. Honorable mentions, or not for my number 1, but didn't really get to make it on this list. One's Cupid, on her Hoi, Anubis, Hades, Kukulkan, and my last, but definitely not least, has to go to Erlong Shen. But coming in at our number 1 spot, you guessed it, it has to be an assassin, because we've only had 2 assassins. Now, which one is it, eh? Could be Thor, you know, I started playing him, he was like my 5th. Could be Boksu, even though I've really never played him. It could be like all these gods here, but which one is it? Well, I thought it was pretty obvious, but if you guessed Susano, then you were obviously correct. You could just look at him and tell. I love Susano because of his lore, his kit. His kit to me was just so amazing. Like, I loved Susano's kit, loved auto attack canceling, and I loved going from teleporting in using my 1 and dashing out to actually auto attack canceling in between my 3 and my 1. And I just love his playstyle. I love how you can just go in really aggressive, or you can play passive and get a lucky pluck into something crazy. I love how he can combo with so many other gods like Ymir, like Sylvanas, and so many other gods like that. And I just love the way that I play him. And I love the way that I play him. I love how the builds can differ. This is really a normal build for him, but his builds can differ so much that it just makes it so much more fun, and I love him and everything. This is undeniably my favorite god in Smite, as of right now. Probably going to be forever. This is probably one of the only gods that I've ever bought a voice pack for, because how much I actually like him.
You'll remember my blade.
And Susano is just so much fun. I loved his awards, to be honest. I actually really loved his awards, but basically, he's just my favorite god and probably will always be my favorite god. He's not my most played god, which is surprising, but he's just one of my favorite gods in Smite. Now, my most played god has to go to Loki. Then my second is Susano, third is Thana, then Tyr, then Ymir.
What?
So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode here of my top 5 gods. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.